Fuck that. I'm 7 minutes into Journey, and I'm not resetting because of some technical error.
Fine. Some technical error happened, and then we're just going to keep going from where we started off.
Yep.
My name's Michael.
My name is Connor.
And I'm Nick.
And this is the MoistyVoice Episode 8, Technical Problems Aplenty.
We'll call it 8.01 because of the soft restart.
Topics you missed include Tom Cruise, Butter, Tom Cruise.
That's the next step.
The logical progression you can imagine.
I think it was Tom Cruise, Butter, Tom Cruise, Butter.
Standalone.
Yeah.
Standalone. And then we were talking about Scorpio and how it's a fucking ruse. Right. It's a ploy by Microsoft.
Listen to this ploy first.
It's a ploy by Microsoft to get you to spend money on something that's not like, oh, this is going to be miles ahead of the PS4 Pro. Probably will be, but that's just because the PS4 is making games that can be played on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft's going to be like, okay, so we just made a new console. That's legitimately...
I don't know if that's a ploy. I think that's just marketing, is make it seem bigger than it is.
Yeah, so they're making the Xbox 2 that can play Xbox One games, basically.
Yes.
Man, if they call it the Xbox 2...
So that was like how... That's been like, what,
they won't.
4 years since the Xbox One was released?
4? No, it's 2017.
Yeah.
Didn't it release same year as PS4?
Yeah, so I guess 3 years?
Yeah, just 3. Not even...
Still not
3.
that much.
Right?
Yeah. So it's been 3 years, and they're already moving on to their next console. Which
they're
moving
to the second half of this console generation. We're not seeing another console until like 2020.
When you release a new game, like a series of consoles, and like they cannot play the previous iteration of it. So like how the 3DS can't play new 3DS games.
Wait. The Scorpio won't be able to play
the One can't play Scorpio games.
Well, no, of course not.
And like I understand that, but that's essentially you're just making a new console with an emulator for the previous console.
That's doing it the wrong way, yeah.
But that's not their fault. That's because 4K sales went up.
For stupid reasons.
4K's
fucking stupid.
4K shouldn't have been a thing till like 2018 earliest.
We don't have
honestly
the cable technology for it. Your TV is not 4K. You're lying to yourself.
1440p is perfectly fine.
The wires were laid in like the fucking 60s. They don't have the amount of data transfer required.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fucking mess with 4K. Mm-hmm. And I just don't really care for Scorpio because it just seems a really...
No one cares for Scorpio.
Yeah. And they're just throwing this out there. And it's basically... Microsoft's just putting out a fucking new console.
Microsoft couldn't not release something after the PS4 Pro, though.
Yeah. So you know what you just do? You don't make it so that it has exclusive games.
They did the Xbox One S, that's but it's available in 1 terabyte, and that I thought that was their answer to the Pro was like that's why
I thought that's what was Scorpio
like
was.
They can't 4K.
I never got that misinterpretation.
Well, because for me the biggest thing about the Pro is the extra hard drive space. I couldn't give two shits about the 4K. I guess the HDR.
Well, it's because you don't have a 4K.
The HDR is cool. I will admit that, but that's really it. Then you have to have an HDR compatible TV, which there's like so few.
Now, the problem is,
at least it feels like it,
that with the PS, well, it isn't a problem. It's that a lot of people are picking up 4Ks now. A lot of just like family people, not even like PC gamers picking up better monitors. It's actual families and console gamers that are starting to pick up 4K TVs. Mm-hmm. And they want their console to reflect that. So the PS4 Pro and Scorpio were announced so that people who buy those can still buy this console.
And get the most out of their TV.
And get the most out so that they feel, vindicated. The PS4 Pro isn't releasing exclusive games. Any game that comes out on the Pro is also going to have a PS4 counterpart.
Yeah, and that's good. That's the right way
to do. Right. No, in my opinion, I like this practice. I hated when they still did PS3/PS4 games because that was
hard limiting.
Every developer bitched about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've talked to you about Shadows of Mordor on the PS3 and PS4, and you couldn't believe you didn't know that it came out on the PS3.
I didn't know. I actually I still have not seen a listing for PS3 until you show me a picture. I cannot believe that they made a PS3 version of Shadow of Mordor.
Well, get ready to fucking believe it.
No, man, I am. The ludicrousy of that comment is obscene.
What is the word? Ludicrosity?
Ludicrosity?
I'm okay with that word.
The ludicrosity of this claim exceeds my limits.
Do you want a comparison of the PS3 to the PS4?
That's not.
No, show me like the GameStop or Amazon listing of
I'll
I can
pull
buy
up the
this.
GameStop or Amazon. I'll just go to the shopping page.
They have a shopping page?
Yeah, Google's shopping page thing.
Google's so far.
No, it just like shows you all the places you can buy it. So if you want to go to Best Buy and pick up a pre-owned copy of the PS3 version of Shadows of Mordor, you can get it for $10.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, Shadows of Mordor came out on the PS3 with, I want to say, half to a third of the systems. I played it originally on PS3.
Damn, you're a trooper.
Oh, I hated it.
You really wanted to play that game.
No, I think I put I put it in, I played it for a half day, and I actually returned it and got my money back.
Smart.
Because it didn't have the Nemesis system, it didn't have so much fucking shit.
The Nemesis system was that game.
The Nemesis system.
The Nemesis system.
So
should have trademarked that. That's way better.
Yep.
So like the Nemesis system is one of the most important parts of Shadows of Mordor, and what don't you get? Nemesis. You don't get that. Jeez. It takes like 5 minutes to open a menu, which in that game you open a menu a lot to check the map. Time. It's so bad. I can't believe they let a game come out like that.
That's really bad.
And that's why like this change for Xbox One to Scorpio is just kind of, I feel like this is going to be the same exact thing where you put out 2 different versions of the same game. Because one of them is going to have to be tuned for the Xbox One, and the other one has to be tuned for Scorpio. So whereas PS4, you have to develop it for one console, and then you can put it a patch that like increases the performance on it for the other console.
You just have like a 4K rendition of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just have like an upscaling patch.
Yeah.
And then you go to Xbox, where it's like you have to have 2 different versions of this game. Fewer games are going to want to be developed on Xbox now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, fewer games. We saw that with PS3, PS4, though. Fewer games wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But
they still got a good number of them to do it.
But that was because people didn't transition over very quickly.
No, people stuck on their PS3s forever.
I know.
I was like a year and a half in before I upgraded.
It's crazy. You were so behind.
Yeah.
PS3 is out for
PS3 has good shit. It's got a great fucking backlog.
It had like a 7-year shelf life before PS4 was released. It didn't need 8.5.
I enjoyed it.
Too long.
PS3 would have been fine if they were still making just dedicated PS3 games, which they did.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like once they started rolling out those PS3, PS4 packs, where it's like this is also on PS3, but it's better on PS4.
I think
that's
GTA
when shit
was
started
like
to hit the
fan.
fan.
First games to really do that. Wasn't it?
No. GTA
came
5
out
released PS3, Xbox 360. I want to say at least half a year before PS4, Xbox One came out.
No. It was a year and a half, 2 years.
Not 2. No. I would say year and a half tops.
Okay, it was a really long time for.
But it was
GTA 5
on that.
So
on those consoles.
I didn't.
Yes.
Oh.
Which was a great marketing ploy on them because anybody that picked up the new console obviously wants to keep playing GTA Online. So they all picked up the now newer version of GTA 5. That's why it's one of the top 5 best-selling games of all time. Is because everybody bought it fucking twice.
So
I really didn't follow it until we started playing it. Honestly,
that's because you don't follow things unless they're anime JRPGs.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that's GTA 5 came out September 13th of 2013 on PS3.
2013.
PS3 and Xbox 360.
1 year before
PlayStation 4, November 18th, 2014.
There you go.
1 year. There we go.
That's a hell of a long time.
Yeah,
it's a lot of gameplay.
One of the better features that it even had was if you had it on the PS3, but you now had an Xbox One, you could transfer your character from the PS3 version to the Xbox One version. You could transfer it from the PS3 to the PS4. You could do it from all over.
They fully supported transfers.
Yeah, it was great. It was a really nice thing for them to do. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And it was good.
I'm still in the belief that they rushed it to get it out the year early so that they could then resell it on the other consoles.
Well, they rushed it to get it out. They didn't even have online in the base game.
Yeah.
So it was rushed. But Rockstar actually has been doing nothing but content updates for GTA.
Very small content updates.
Very, probably one every 3 or 4 months.
It's
more frequently.
The sizable like ones come like 4 months.
Yeah.
The very small ones are all the half a month stuff.
Just like car pack.
It's all a bunch of here's this new car. Here are these 2 new cars. Mm-hmm. Here are some new missions. Check out these stunt races. We haven't had new stuff since the last
CEO update.
What was it? Something gains. But
Ill-gotten gains.
Ill-gotten since the last CEO update, which was November or December?
I think it was November.
Damn.
A while ago.
Yeah, it's been about 6 months since the last big update.
Almost.
Just feels like they're putting out. I guess because I don't play it daily,
Whoa.
If you were playing it with some frequency, I'm sure it would be
any frequency. You immediately notice the lack of content.
Fair.
And the one source of in-game income of any substantial value is either you do the top heist repeatedly, or you do the top heist repeatedly until you have the money to become a CEO, and then you do CEO work.
And then basically if you do CEO work, which is just get cars and then wait for a cooldown to happen so that you can sell those cars. And that's it.
The CEO work only benefits one person.
Yeah, and then you can, if you want to get group benefits, someone has to spend a lot of in-game money to get a motorcycle club and then all the extra businesses that come with it.
Because I don't have the businesses yet, we're not making hella money off of it. But now that we have the yacht, baby!
That's all that matters. We don't need money. We've got the yacht.
We don't need anything.
All we need is another $2 million for that rocket car.
Wasn't that the end game for you guys? Was getting the yacht?
Yeah, yes. No, we hit the end game. We did it. We finally got a fucking yacht, and it only cost me $10.
Yeah,
you just bought the last bit.
The sale was going to end too soon, and nobody was on, and no one was getting on GTA. They were on about fucking
Overwatch.
It wasn't even Overwatch. They were on Siege.
Oh yeah, there was
nothing new on Siege. They're all just about Siege, and God, I hate Siege. But they refuse to get on GTA. There's no way we're making the last jump of money without them. So I just put in the $10 for the $500,000 to get to it before the sale ended, and finally picked up the yacht. And we got the top of the line with all the gold trimmings.
Nice.
Top everything. We got the yacht. We made it. We finally achieved the dream.
We did it. We bought
a yacht.
We got the SS Moisty Dream.
The SS Moisty Dream. It only took us 2 years?
Oh, one dedicated year.
One dedicated year. And
that was
other downtime.
Oh god, we did so much stupid bullshit in that downtime.
If we had managed our money better, we probably would have had
if I had managed my money better.
Did you get the free $4 million?
I don't know.
It's still my favorite thing to log on. Here's $4 million.
So, just one day, I come over here. I wanted to show them one of the new cars I picked up, so we log in. And then just logging in nets me $4.5 million.
Just gave them $4.5
We tried to duplicate it.
$1 million
Wouldn't
for free.
happen.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of sitting there like, okay, I'll buy more CEO special vehicles. Which... probably should have just saved up that $500,000.
Cove already had the yacht.
Yeah.
You bought that car that we used for
yachts.
every mission.
I did buy that stupid.
Hey, that RV's great.
The flippy dip?
No.
No, you bought the RV and you
I
also
bought
got
the
RV.
Flippy dip.
I got the flippy dip, the RV, and the Phantom flippy dip.
So, yeah, I've just got a whole bunch of those special CEO cars. The only one that I'm missing is the fucking rocket car. I've got the one that's got rockets and machine guns and jumps.
Oh, you did get that?
I got the wheeler.
Yeah. Like the day, not the day it rolled
great.
out, but like the week it rolled out, wasn't it?
No, he got that way hella late.
Oh.
No.
Felt like you've had that one for a while.
No,
that feels crazy recent. I didn't even know.
I picked it up.
What is your timetable?
I don't know.
I've
been doing
even
a lot
here?
Of shit.
You're not here anymore.
I really don't know if I am.
You know where you could be?
Space.
You could be at the F8 convention for Facebook.
Fate. No, wait, no, it's F8. It's F8. Don't do
F8.
that again.
You don't want me to say my
No.
stupid shit
No,
again?
I don't. No, it's F8. The worst name for a Facebook convention.
Yeah, they really could. Just call them anything.
It could have just been
FaceCon.
FaceCon. FaceCon would have been better than F8.
Face con.
Still better than F8,
No,
though.
you gotta do like inverse face-off hand motion, where like you're putting the face on.
Hell, Face Off would have been a better name for it.
They
But
could have
that's
just,
copyright.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure Facebook could outbuy the copyright.
Yeah, the Facebook could pay Nicolas Cage and John Travolta enough money not to care.
They don't own it.
We're gonna find out they have weird rights to that film.
Part of their like movie deal was that they get
They
Nicolas
own the
Cage
production.
gets the right to face / and John Travolta got the copyright for
60-40 split.
yeah for / off.
I feel like John
So-
Travolta got the shaft on this one.
Oh, he did.
So if they ever see something
'Cause
like
he's
that,
gay.
oh. Oh.
The shaft is a peener.
Yeah, it's a big old dicko.
But no, so like, there was a whole bunch of stuff coming out of it. Most of it was just fluff.
Sperm.
A lot of sperm coming out of F8.
Oh, the shaft. Then.
Of
So
the-
yeah,
of
F8.
F8 shaft. Only thing that I thought was cool was that I get to be like stupid lazy and just stare at a screen and words will pop up on it.
If you want the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
surgery.
No. They're
I want
looking for
surgery.
non-invasive options.
No, I want
no,
it to be invasive.
They said it's going to be invasive.
No. They were saying the only option right now is highly invasive.
Yeah.
We're looking for less invasive options.
It's not
Don't
gonna
want it.
happen.
Don't
It's
want
not
it.
gonna happen.
But so Mark
They're saying that for
Zuckerberg
PR reasons.
basically wants to just, I don't know, plug himself directly into every single person on the planet.
You see Wally?
Yeah?
He wants that, but without them talking.
So he wants
fat,
Wally.
silent people everywhere.
Yeah. Dude, that's the dream.
That is the dream.
That's the dream.
But yeah,
I removed my voice box to make room for my second stomach.
you could fit so much extra stuff where your vocal cords are.
Not maybe.
You
like,
could fit a
That's not a
second
whole
throat.
lot of-
You could drink twice
The
as
hell do you need a
fast.
second? That's not how that works. That isn't at all how that works.
If anything, I want second intestines.
That's like adding a
like,
second
you
barrel
can't
to
put
a
that-
revolver and saying you can shoot twice as fast.
Well, if you put 2 hammers on there and then... Yeah, you could. You could. It just takes a little bit of outside modification.
No, I want a double chamber revolver that shoots just as fast and just as much as a normal revolver, but it just looks really stupid.
Have you ever played Devil May Cry 4?
No.
There is a gun
Really,
in that
you?
game where
I
it's
got it.
got the top barrel and the lower barrel.
I'm so mad.
I've got all the DMC games.
So there's a gun in that game that's a revolver, and it's got a top barrel and a lower barrel. And when you pull the trigger, it shoots one out of the top and one out of the bottom.
Doesn't that game have Yoda?
What?
No, that's
Soul Calibur.
I never knew the difference. I'm
Soul
sorry.
Calibur 5 had Yoda and Darth Vader. 4 had Link.
Why those two?
And Spawn.
Yeah. Soul
It has
Calibur
Spawn.
Legends
Oh.
with actual like story, pretty fun.
Wait, is that the one where you're like...
The one on Wii.
Fuck you! That's not a good game!
I enjoyed it when I was 13. Thank
He
you.
said it was fun. He didn't say it was good.
You know, maybe excuse me for having fun with good games.
I was young and Ivy's tits
Fun.
were the best.
and-
Well, you know what?
Boy,
I
hey,
played
hey,
Xeno-
boy, yo, Ivy's tits though.
That's okay. You know what?
Give me that
As a
chlorophyll.
13-year-old,
God. As a
that's fine.
13-year-old, I was like, man, I would love to drug and abuse her. No.
Whoa! I just said
Oh!
chlorophyll, you dumbass. That's
Chlorophyll.
the stuff plants use. Did you jump to chloroform?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Because you said it, and I just assume the worst of you.
God.
I do.
I'm
really
judging
do.
you for what you did, not why you did it. You don't need to justify it.
Maybe we do. Maybe
No,
we
we-
do
no,
need
we
to
don't.
justify it.
I'm only a bad guy when it's on behalf of Connor being a bad guy.
So here's the revolver from Devil May Cry, and so
I was thinking top barrel.
no.
no.
I
You
wanted
said-
the chambers to slant up.
Yeah, for some reason
So
I was
that it would
thinking
be
double
like-
chamber.
Instead of being like this, it would be like this.
That
that they
plays
could
really
also-
well for an audio podcast.
It's okay. They understand. Instead of being like a U, it's like a V. There you
V's
go.
are stronger than U's.
Boom. V's are stronger than U's. The vagina beats the uterus.
When does a gun normally go into U shape?
That's possible.
No,
You can do that.
revolver's
actually,
the chamber.
You can
Or the spinner.
the spinny bit.
Yeah, the spinny
That's a
bit
circle.
is a U. No, but if you look at from side profile shape-wise, it's a U.
I don't... You know what?
And I'm saying make it a V.
I have no...
Put a barrel on top.
Barrels on barrels.
I don't fucking get what you're saying.
I showed you that. Look, it's a U.
Yeah.
It's a V. How you not get it?
You're talking about, like, the chambers on the gun, right?
No, the spinny bit.
Yeah,
the chambers.
The chamber.
Well, in
Each one holds a bullet.
Those are the bullet holes.
It's a chamber. You know,
they live
do I have to
inside
give you like a
the
sexual
spinning
anatomy
chamber.
class of what a gun is?
Well, maybe you do.
We're gonna have to pull up a diagram, and I'm gonna be like, and this is the gun's penis when it gets around. Bullets, when it gets around,
spew
bullets
out.
spew out the tip.
You can empty the chamber, yeah.
Fan the Hammer is just a really good orgasm.
Actually, it's a succession of orgasms, which
Every
is impossible
time-
with the male body, but not with an automated male body, which is the gun.
Gun is best robot male penis.
This is the male body at ideal performance.
You ever,
Gun.
You may not like it.
you ever see that movie Zoltar?
No,
The tagline for it is "Gun is good, penis is bad."
that's not the. Show me.
Okay.
What? What is this movie?
I want it to be it, but I also want you to be wrong.
I want you to be wrong.
I don't know which one I want more.
I want that to be the tagline more. I want penis is wrong on a movie poster. More than I want him to be wrong, but I do want him to be wrong.
I don't
we
think
have
it's the
both?
tagline on the movie poster, but the people in that chant, "The gun
How's
is
it turning
good,
you up?
penis is bad."
Train stuff.
At that speed,
Fast train stuff.
it went from a U to a V.
Trains know how to do it. We can do it with guns.
Boom.
There's a lot of visual description in this, in this voice-based show.
Yeah, but this time it was directed at the game. So, you know, the people are also listening visually just got fucked again. People don't listen to podcasts. They watch them through F8's new Mind Games.
Yeah, the whole thing is that it's like an implant in your brain hole where your brain should be.
Which brain hole?
And then you can, like,
Do they even know?
type with your thoughts.
Amazon doesn't know. How does Facebook know?
Facebook knows. That's their slogan.
Who told Facebook? Oh, that is the
Facebook
worst
knows.
slogan. New privacy solutions. Also, Facebook knows.
It's super Orwellian, and it's really not the right decision for a slogan.
Not at all. No, that is the worst. Are you looking for...
Yeah, I'm
Penis
just
is
finding
bad.
it's not the tagline, but
Ha.
it's an entire conversation in the movie about how the gun is good and the penis is evil.
Alright, but that doesn't say it's bad.
The penis shoots seeds and makes new life to poison the earth with the plague of men. The gun shoots death and purifies the earth
By
from...
removing men.
Yes.
Right, but the penis brought about the guns. The penis is therefore good.
Unless a woman is
Which
innocent.
came first? The penis
penis
or
or
the
the
gun? Technically, the penis is a gun. It shoots sperm.
If you talk about any film theory or even like play theory, penises are always guns. There is never a movie in which the gun is not a penis.
Johnny, I pulled out my gun for you, Johnny.
They shot each other all night long.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I would like to contest that claim.
Okay. Scarlett Johansson had a penis in
In my, like,
Ghost of the Shell.
dreams.
She didn't.
That was
She
the
had a
gun.
penis.
The gun symbolized Scarlett Johansson's penis penetrating that geisha.
Well, you're
At
saying
the
penises
bare-
represent guns, not guns represent penises.
No, guns is penis.
Guns represent penis.
Yes. At a minimum, she had an attachment slot to put a penis on.
And that was her hand for her gun.
No, she had the holster.
She had a penis, damn it.
Stop forcing a penis on Scarlett Johansson.
I'm assuming her genitals.
Your entire theory is
You're
flawed.
like, that's just going off of I'm assuming your gender. I'm assuming your genitals.
Yep,
That's
it's
actually
so
the way
much
safer
harsher.
thing to do.
Yeah.
I just look at people and I'm like, yeah, probably a penis.
You probably have a penis down there.
Gonna put money on you packing some meat. Not like Arby's, like, you know, like a sausage.
I was about to
Not
ask
like
a
a
deli.
we have the meat kind of meat. More like
You've got
fist
the
you.
meat.
Why don't they... It would be, give us the meat. Right?
Taste
Isn't that
my
their-
meat.
No, we have the meats.
We have
plural.
the meats.
Which I never-
Arby's.
Why is it meats?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Is it meat plural, just
They're a
meat?
British company, like maths instead of math. It's meats.
They say maths?
Meatomatics.
How fucking stupid are the British? Maths?
Yeah, because it's mathematics, so the abbreviation should be maths.
No.
Because it's mathematics.
Because mathematics is plural.
Yeah, that's, I guess, the
If you're
logic.
saying... There's no logic here. There is only British.
Are you saying that British is
Stand by it.
confusing to an American?
I'm not saying it's confusing. I'm saying it just...
Stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid. I see where they made the connection. I'm saying
they're
they
wrong
shouldn't
for
have.
it. I know what they did and why they did it, but boy, I wish they hadn't.
Like rail barons.
Like what?
Rail barons.
Rail barons?
Yeah, why all railroads are 4.5 feet wide?
I thought you were talking about
Such
oil
a
barons for a
limitation.
second.
No, we did oil barons.
So we got to start offending someone else that's new?
Yeah.
So,
Rail barons don't own Zika.
Oh, yeah! Completely forgot about that.
Hand in hand, man.
Things that go hand in hand?
Oil barons and Zika.
Oh, I thought we were gonna say like anime girls and Magnum dongs, but okay.
Okay.
No, it's not anime girls. It's hentai girls and Magnum dongs.
I was about to say Valve and Good Decisions.
Valve and great decisions. Yo, 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 yo. Hey, Peruvians listening here, go fuck yourself.
No, it's the South Africans.
No,
No,
it's
it's
Peruvians.
Peruvians. No, it's
Who are-
Peruvians.
It's the Peruvians who are forwarding their IPs through South Africa.
It is all the Peruvians.
You don't know how much of a problem what that sentence I just said is? It is an incredible problem.
Makes perfect sense. It's okay.
Yeah, no. So, right now, Valve is currently pushing towards making a change in Dota 2's ranked system, which would require players to register their phone numbers to their Steam account so that they can play a ranked system, which will heavily cut down on the...
One that kills almost every single Smurf.
Oh yeah, it kills Smurfs. It's great. Unless you want to go and activate a second phone
yeah,
number.
you have a second phone. You now have one account.
Wait, does Skype provide you with the phone number?
No.
You have to buy one, I think.
How much?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's as much as a regular phone, but
Because if it's like $10 for a phone number...
Valve probably thought that. Maybe they just don't accept Skype phone numbers.
There's probably
that
like
would
a
make
Skype
sense.
area code or something.
Yeah, that would make sense. So, but like Valve is basically cracking down on Smurfs and people who are trying to cheat the system and get low-level accounts to play against bad people so they can feel good about themselves. It's a great like
It's also so you can't like pay somebody to carry you out of low ranks and
There's-
ranked, so you can get good shit.
I don't if anybody ever did that I would feel bad for them.
Yeah.
It's a pretty popular thing.
Is it really?
In Dota?
I don't know about
I don't believe so.
In
Maybe
League
not
of
in Dota.
Legends I could say
in
yes.
tons of games
Because
it's
League
a huge
it's a
thing.
lot worse. Whereas Dota the mentality is not quite as bad.
Yeah.
I know it's a thing in Overwatch that people will pay to just get carried out of like into Diamond at a minimum, because basically they're paying for that end
Well,
of
they
season
did
golden
that.
gun.
They did the same thing with like COD. That's just a shooter kind of
Yeah.
system.
I don't think COD has a ranking system. I don't think COD
No,
has
they
ranked.
had tourneys back when.
They've got tourneys, but they don't have like online ranked.
No, it's just competitive.
Yeah. They just have that hardcore mode, search and destroy.
Nuketown.
Nuketown, hardcore, search and destroy.
I hate Nuketown so
Ballistic knives only.
much. I only used ballistic knife, and I never got good.
Yeah.
But I tried.
Oh Lord, did I try to throw that tomahawk?
So
My favorite thing
you're
in a
like-
shooter is always to only try melee, which I do in Siege. Probably 1 in 8 games is I try only melee, and it never works well.
Okay, it worked well once.
It worked well. It worked spectacularly once.
I am so sorry that I killed someone with that sledge.
So mad. So mad. Man, don't bring that up. God, that was painful. Can't do it in Overwatch, which pisses me off because the one melee character is Reinhardt. Mm-hmm. I really want Doomfist to be a good melee character.
You can play Roadhog melee.
No, you can't.
You can hook and then melee.
That's not melee.
It's not a projectile.
Hook is a It is now, man.
It's a body projectile.
Roadhog.
You turned them into a body projectile at you.
But so
they
like
should
you
hurt
guys
their
are
teammates
for Valve doing this is
hard for Valve doing this.
You don't think it's at all weird or like
No,
not whatsoever.
Basically, if you already have your Steam ID linked to your phone for like a backup verification method, you're good to go.
Yeah, no, Valve has had linking your phone number to your account for months,
and that's like as a backup way to like secure your account, which is a good thing. And it's basically saying, hey, so that people can't like hack your Dota stuff, you can do this too.
It's actually been a very nice feature that they've had for a long time.
I just find it interesting because I feel like a lot of companies people don't trust, or like they get mad when their phone number is, air quote, at risk or whatever. But it's just interesting how like explicitly trusted Valve is as a company.
Sony has had
you trust
more
them with your credit card
hacks
information
than most, and yeah, you still store all your credit card information on them, no qualms.
Has there really ever been like a Steam or Valve related?
Yes,
there has. Valve resolved it almost immediately every single time.
Huh.
There was actually one period in time where they had to shut down and not let anybody buy anything because they hadn't resolved the problem.
See, that's
they are very, very good at it.
Yeah, they do their job, and they are good at their job.
Yeah, they are.
And that's why I'm perfectly fine with them doing changes like this, because 9 times out of 10, Valve knows what's up.
Now, the one person that you actually, or the 2 people that you need to be wary about trusting with any information are Skype and Facebook.
Yeah.
Because those are the top 2 most hacked things, like, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Skype is actually the #1 communications network for all cyber criminals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Would not have guessed that.
Where would you think they would go? My list, but what if I guess?
I don't know, some
TeamSpeak?
sort of like self-made.
No.
Ventrilo.
If you're going for like communications, I would have figured it would probably been like some kind of anonymous board, like 4chan or something.
4chan's mildly monitored.
Yeah, now it's mildly monitored, but way back when, it's just like I don't think that they would ever do anything vocal communication wise. I think they'd probably stick to something that's just entirely text.
You can do Discord or Team Chat text.
Yeah. But
and
then you have
that
to
can all be hosted on private servers.
That's actually very true. That's a good point.
That's why I was, surprised to see Skype as #1, but I'm not surprised that Skype is a top choice.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised it's the top choice. In any case, Facebook and Skype are like the 2 most dangerous places to put your information, and it's where you put a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
which is why it's so popular.
Right. Whereas putting your phone number on Valve is probably one of the safest places you link it to that you can link it to, as well as a great move in this instance for regulating ranked matches.
Not only does it regulate, but it also is there as a backup security measure to protect your accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything happens to it, Valve typically takes full responsibility and they'll reimburse you because they're fucking swimming in cash.
I'm still behind that they're doing like Source 3.0. Like 5 years down the line, Valve is going to own the computer industry.
They pretty much own the PC computer industry.
They own PC gaming.
Yeah.
They don't own much beyond that.
I don't know, man. BattleNet. Yeah.
BattleNet died.
BattleNet
has been retired.
2 things, and it's got World of Warcraft and Hearthstone.
No, BattleNet's gone. It's retired.
Blizzard
It's
Tech.
now Blizzard Tech.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
still
remember
the Battle.net app though.
But they're rolling it out as like a rebrand, and it's going to become Blizzard Tech.
Okay,
this has been in the works for years.
I don't really pay attention to Blizzard Blizzard news.
2017.
No, this whole move has been in the work for a long time. Valna has been announced as being retired for like I think a year and a half maybe.
I never really paid attention to any of Blizzard news if it wasn't about
I sure
a
do,
patch.
man. Warcraft 3 raised me.
Yeah, but like,
Proud
unless
to
it's
say
a
that.
patch note, I don't listen to any Blizzard news. Or if it's one of those weird things that Blizzard's talking about, their Hearthstone tournaments give free like stays at 4-star hotels or some shit.
Patch notes are the one thing I don't read.
Really?
Yeah, I read all Blizzard news, no patch notes.
I don't read any Blizzard news.
I don't
but I
read
really
Blizzard patch notes because when I go on PS4 to check Overwatch update history, the one thing is go to this link.
Well, because
And that pisses me off.
yeah, fair enough.
There is no reason they couldn't hire one person on their team of however many fucking people to put in half an hour of compiling the big things from the patch notes, putting it there, and at the bottom for further details, see this link.
I have a question for you.
Huh.
Who do you think does the best patch notes?
The best patch notes?
Yes. Like, we can take a little bit on this, but just each of you guys think really fast as to what game or company does the best patch notes. Like, where they keep players the most informed just about what the things that are going on in the game.
Valve.
Valve?
Dota 2 patch notes, in my opinion, are much higher quality than Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, Overwatch doesn't have all that great patch notes. Like, they kind of... Well, I guess it's okay. They're okay patch notes.
They're alright.
They tell you everything that's going on, but not why it's going on.
For any big change, they give you developers'
For the
comments.
big things, they have dev comments, but for
Yeah.
some they don't.
A lot of them, they don't.
Dota, visually, the patch notes are the most informative and the easiest to navigate.
And then you go to something
As
like
well.
League, where it's just minor bug fixes to this character.
Anybody that lists minor bug fixes
can go fuck
is
themselves.
a piece of shit.
They can go fuck themselves. FromSoft, what the fuck?
Dark Souls 3, latest patch, minor bug fixes. What happened?
Oh my
We
God.
only deleted Seed of the Giant because we're a bunch of idiots.
So we were playing Dark Souls 3 earlier, and we get invaded. We don't run to deal with invasions. We're kind of trying to do a
We're doing
stupid thing.
PvE, we're going through the DLC. We just want to check it out, you know?
Yeah, and then, so we pop Seed of the Giant. It disappears after like 30 seconds, and we just thought, okay, maybe it's bugged. And then, so I take a little quick second, I Google it. They reduced the time limit on Seed of the Giants from 2 hours to 45 seconds.
The fuck?
Yes.
Before you would get see that there was a chance of a Seed of a Giant dropping if you killed an invader.
Yeah.
When someone invades you, you could pop a Seed of the Giant for the next 2 hours in that area if you don't rest at the bonfire and you're just doing stuff. If anybody invades you, the environment can harm them just as well as it can harm you.
So like
Yeah.
enemies
Otherwise,
aggro on
invaders
them and they fight the enemies.
Or can only be harmed
Yeah.
by you, normally.
Yeah.
So Seed of the Giant was a great invader deterrent. It was for people that don't like
PvP.
FromSoft's kind of shitty PvP system. Bloodborne did it right in that it was voluntary. You could kill the Bell Maiden, which was spectacular. Dark Souls, any Dark Souls, it's if you're embered, no option on your behalf. You get invaded, deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seed of the Giant made it bearable because it's just as much danger to them now.
Yeah, they'd probably hop on, see that it's active, and be like, fuck that.
A lot of
leave.
people
Oh, yeah.
would.
A lot of
Yeah.
people would just fuck off. But now they just have to
All
wait
of
it
a
out for
sudden,
45
it's
seconds.
okay. We're gonna make Siege of the Giant slightly easier to get, and we're gonna drop it from 2 hours to 45 seconds.
What's
So-
even the point?
The Seed
There
of the
isn't.
Giant,
It's
every
fucking-
single time you get invaded, there's a chance that one spawns back at the hub world. So you have to go back to the hub world to pick it up. And they don't stack. There's just the
One
one,
at a time.
every single time you go back there. So if they made it
If you
so it's
can-
stacked, so you could get like 10 to 15 of them, that'd be fine. But like right now, you've just got the fucking one at the hub world every half dozen or so times.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. I absolutely hate it. There's no reason to even bother with Seed of the Giants. Because of the amount of time it takes to use one, you can't use it in any semblance where it'd be beneficial.
Yeah. No, it's
That's balls.
the worst change they've done, hands down. Right next to putting in those dual great swords, which are worse than the Dark Sword.
Oh my god, the hitbox
So,
on those things are trash.
Dark Souls 3 release, worst PvP weapon in the game was the Dark Sword because it would go through a lot of animations and hit you regardless of what you were doing.
It had an active frame that persisted much longer than it should have. Like, the animation on it was bugged, and the hitboxes extended out, like, for the entire swing.
Okay.
So when you were swinging, that entire time until the swing stopped, everything along the arc your sword traveled was an active hitbox. So when people were rolling...
I want to say it was Ashes of Ariandal's release.
Yeah.
So until the first DLC released, if someone invaded you and you saw that weapon, you just you knew you were getting fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would just wait for you to roll or do anything in the swing.
Do anything, it's gonna hit you.
Because it is a fast sword, it does reasonable damage, and it could catch rolls super easily. So you couldn't really run from it. Mm-hmm. You had to sit there and you had to fight it out. And poise wasn't a thing.
They
at the
patched
start.
that in the first DLC. And with poise, they fixed the weapon, fixed poise, and then PvP was a lot better. If you had skill, you could fight.
Yeah.
They've now in the latest DLC added in these new
dual greatswords.
Dual greatswords. Oh wait, no, those were in Ashes, weren't they?
No, that's Ring City.
Okay, so Ring City, these new twin dual greatswords that have the most bullshit special animation moves that will go through. It's basically new Dark Sword for whatever reason, and you don't win against them.
Not only they're incredibly long, they have a wide arc. They don't take a lot of stamina to use. They hit hard.
You can get a hell of a combo off with them, and everything will land.
If you can make your first hit,
your next three land.
Your next three will land. They can't really roll out of it because of the way the system works. So if they block that first hit, you just broke through their shield and hit them. And once if you're actually hitting them, you can use the special move on it to buff up the damage, and you can just instantly kill. It's
horseshit.
It's terrible.
Those new swords and the Sea of the Giant are the two worst decisions FromSoft has made, behind not making Bloodborne 2 yet.
Oh god.
Everything else about the DLC minus Angels has been pretty dope.
The Angels are terrible. That's a very bad design decision.
Yeah.
You go into a zone, and then you just see this angel spawn up in the heavens. You can kill the angel.
It's like a giant moth woman.
Yeah.
You can kill the angel, but it respawns immediately.
One, it has a fuck ton of health.
Fuck ton of health.
Holy shit ton of health. It's gonna take you a lot of great arrows from like the top bow to kill it. When you do, 1, you don't get any souls. 2, it respawns immediately.
3, it has a incredibly high damage attack with an insane fire rate and an insane fire count.
No downtime. It fires off dozens of these tiny shards at you that deal a shit ton of damage and just constantly come at you.
So you're just kind of you just start walking around trying to find the thing, and you will die.
Can you just ignore them?
No. You have to find the enemy that spawns them.
Yeah,
and kill them.
It's an aerial auto turret that you cannot remove until you find this
one guy
control hub for it that's going to be way past their zone, and then you kill them and the angel is gone. But the range of the angel up until you can get to their controller is just the greatest inconvenience.
So the first angel you run into, it's like, okay, that's not that big of a problem. The second angel you run into is, okay, this is starting to be a problem. The third one is shooting directly down on you, leaving puddles that will instantly kill you if you step in them. And then you have to run into a zone where, like, honestly, I had to look up where this enemy was because we couldn't fucking find it because it was hitting on a rooftop that you had to just parkour to 3 different rooftops to get to.
Wild gain shot, but it's a very big flaw.
It was just something that I hated. And like the second we got all 3 of the angels removed, the zone was just better.
So much better.
Like if they had not added them in at all, it would have been a perfectly fine zone.
Yeah. That aside,
with an amazing boss.
With a pretty dope boss.
But outside of that,
the DLC has been great.
The DLCs have been phenomenal.
Ashes of Ariandel took us a while because we were going through it twice, and also my character is way fucked up. I have no idea what I was doing with this character. His character is cohesive and does good damage and has a thing going with it.
I have a very dumb 50 strength, 45 faith build.
It's like it's a very strong paladin that does work. My character is so I don't know what I was doing back when, but if you're a dex character and you're using skill weapons, you use light armor for fast rolls to try and deal good critical damage with effects. That's what dex does.
Yeah.
I get on, I look at my stats. 40 vigor, 40 endurance. Those are like the soft caps.
Yeah.
For like health
those
and
the like
stamina.
medium caps.
That's the soft caps. Those are the soft caps. 40.
Wasn't stuff at like 25? Or is that soft?
What?
So 40 is like the soft cap. That's where you stop doing something and start doing other things.
That's no. Those are the hard caps. That's basically once you start putting more points in there, it's worthless.
Past 40, the returns are
Worthless.
like
Marginal. Just
Marginal.
Really
It's like
not.
it's
It goes
exponential.
exponentially
It's an
to
inverse exponential
nothing.
growth.
Yeah, it's crazy bad. So I've got 40 vigor, 40 endurance, so I've maxed my health and stamina. I've got 43 dex.
Which is reasonable. That's a
That's
little
good
bit
for
over the first soft cap.
A little bit over, but for some, for the scythe I'm used to, it's S scaling.
Yeah.
So with that specific weapon, pumping more dex will never hurt me. I've got 40 vitality.
Oh, God.
Vitality is the only thing this stat does, basically, is it increases your weight limit, which is your equip load. Your equip load is how heavy armor and stuff you can wear while still being able to hold certain roll thresholds.
Yeah, or just basically movement speed.
Or
your
right.
movement is dictated by how heavy you are, and your stamina regen is as well.
So I've got for a dex build, you need to be fast. You need to be a life. You just kind of a fast sword kind of thing. I've got 40 vitality, which is what his character, a heavy tank, should be going for when you're wielding giant hammers and wearing stoneplate armor.
I had maybe 27 vitality when we started the DLC, and I was doing just fine with not rolling because I could tank through pretty much everything.
Because of your build, yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I've got 40.
Yeah.
I don't know what this character was doing, but they now don't do as much damage as Michael's does because I put 40 points into vitality. They don't... Man, they're just...
I'm telling you, just go fucking respec.
No, it's too late. I'm now at 57 in vitality. I've chosen the dex vitality
You are
path.
just you look like a nut. You look like a hairy
There's
testicle.
this new armor that's this giant ball that has, like, basically testicle hair all over it.
God.
And I got a spare and gave it to him so that we're now testicles.
We're now the nut boys.
And I look so awesome running around. I'm afraid that when I roll, I won't stop, actually.
Like, it's perfectly round.
It's
and
amazing.
So
I
he
can
not
wear
wear
that.
He wears, like, the loincloth.
Yeah, I wear a
that you
loincloth,
cannot see inside of
wraps
it.
on my hands, and a light helmet. That's actually, it's really comical. With this heavy-ass armor with my sword, I still get fast roll because I have 57 vitality for no goddamn reason.
So you just see, when he rolls, you just see a ball coming at you.
It's the greatest.
It's so fucking
But the
dumb.
DLCs have been great. My character's flaws aside, which have made it slightly difficult.
Yeah.
Slightly...
Well, some of the enemies are bullshit.
Some of the enemies are bullshit, but they've been quality DLCs. Ashes was a little short, as I said. If we were
short.
better equipped for it, but Ringed City seems
Ring City...
every cent worth of the $15.
Yeah, no, Ring City is worth the $15. The issue is you have to have Ashes of Ariandel first.
It's really weird. Yeah, the
first DLC, you finish it, we saw 2 bonfires right next to each other, which are like the teleport save spots.
Yeah, I know.
So you go to one, and it's the boss bonfire. You go to the second one, it takes you to the second DLC.
transition into Ringed City.
Huh.
So, on the one hand, it's shitty that you have to have the first DLC to play the second.
But on the other hand,
Also
it's
makes
part of the
sense.
plot and the reasoning.
On the second hand, yeah, no, I'm like, as an aesthetic and plot device, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I
plus, the
can't blame
season
them.
pass is readily available, and there's things from the first DLC that are really nice.
That immediately tie into the second one.
Plus, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, you bought the game a gajillion years ago. It's not
1
like
year
you're
ago. It
pumping
released
money
April
into it.
2016.
Yeah, but that's a long time for the first couple DLCs to be really coming out. It's not like you're
First
like...
DLC came out in fall, so yeah, there's no reason for people who are playing it to not have picked it up.
Yeah, it's not like you're like, oh, I bought a $60 game 2 months later, $30 DLC 2 months. You know, that's a good rollout financially.
It's not Rainbow Six Sieging.
Oh
Yes.
God no.
Where they put out a season 2 pass.
Oh boy, Siege. Let's move on. What's next? Fuck Siege. Fuck Ubisoft. Don't buy that game ever. Fuck Rainbow Six Siege. Don't buy anything from Ubisoft.
Well,
frankly, yeah.
Isn't Ubisoft the publisher for Battlefront 2?
No.
Is it EA?
I think it's EA is publishing it. DICE is the developer.
Okay. I always think of Battlefront and I just think of Ubisoft or
How
whatever.
the fuck do you think of Ubisoft with Battlefront?
I don't know.
There's no connection there.
I think it's because it's so close to Battlefield.
Battlefield is also DICE.
Battlefield, Battlefront. They battle
I'm getting
everything.
EA Origins mixed up with Ubisoft right now.
You are the weirdest man.
Yeah, I forgot about Uplay and EA Origins. I forgot about that mix.
Your brain is worse than Hobbit.
Oh, probably.
You know how many times I've had one conversation with her?
You know how many times you've had to explain the fact that EA and Uplay are different?
Ubisoft made that Monopoly game, though.
We didn't know.
That was a good Monopoly
We didn't.
game.
It was an okay Monopoly game because you can't use custom maps.
That is not a good Monopoly game.
What?
It's okay.
It's passable.
It has flaws.
It's flawed, and then it's got the one fucking weird game mode where that doesn't make sense.
Speed die!
No, not speed die.
I love
I'm
speed
talking
die, though.
about like that mortgage mode where you get cards dealt to you and then you have to bid and
This
trade.
Monopoly card game that
Doesn't make sense.
It's so weird. Man, everything about that game is weird.
Everything about
The
Ubisoft.
two DLCs they have are My Little Pony and Rabbids.
What?
Or Monopoly.
Yeah, you can get little character tokens.
Oh, I remember.
Oh no, they also have a dance that
Just Dance?
they have a Just Dance DLC for Monopoly.
Did they just add that?
No,
Oh my god.
no, it's been
Because
there
I
for ages.
remember the Monopoly and the Rabbids thing now. I just don't remember that.
I think the Rabbids was actually the most recent.
Oh my god.
They've had the My Little Pony and the other one there for ages.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't allow any of that shit in online play. You can't use custom maps in online play. It's a very flawed game. Man, fuck Ubisoft. Everything they do is bad.
So,
I miss that old Ubi. Talking Assassin's Creed 2 Ubi.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
After the mess that was Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2 was incredible.
One wasn't that big a
One was
mess.
pretty bad.
It wasn't that bad.
The fact that you had to go back to the hub world every single time.
One was
and you had
just...
to go investigate. I guess it was more about the aesthetic of being an assassin, whereas 2 was just fuck around.
2, they made a... One was like a college student's game project that somehow got published.
Yeah.
Whereas 2 decided to take the idea and,
1 was good for
refine
its
it.
novelty.
Yes.
And it did the one thing
when
that
it
was
released, it was good.
Yeah.
Don't play it now.
No.
God, no. You can still go back and play Brotherhood. That's still solid.
Which one was Brotherhood?
Right after 2?
Was that the one where you were really old Ezio and your bones were creaking?
No, that's Revelations. Where he's in Persia or whatever.
I don't know. All I know is that at one point or another, they got rid of the in IRL, the real life Desmond outside the Animus thing, and they just said he's in a hemorrhage. So they hook him up to the Animus machine and just let him live out the last bits of his dreary life.
Did they kill Desmond?
Yeah.
When?
They kill
Assassins, the one after Brotherhood, the one after
didn't.
Assassin's Creed
Desmond
2.
was still alive in
No. I guarantee you, Desmond is dead.
No, he's not.
Don't forget, there's 1,000 side games to this series. So.
It was at the end of one game, he gets stabbed by that one blonde hair bitch scientist that's always with him.
What?
And
she stabbed him?
yes, she was a Templar all along. And
What? She wasn't.
And they were using him
That's
to find the
horseshit.
Apple of Eden.
It's a good apple, man. It's a fucking good apple.
It's a really good apple.
It is worth doing
Pope had it.
whatever they did.
Why is everyone a Templar?
Because Templars are
National
everywhere.
Treasure
Yo,
was
Assassin's
so
Creed 3
popular.
did that right, though.
What was this? I don't even remember
When
that.
it opened up and you're playing, and it was Assassin and you're going and killing people, and then at the end, boom, you were Templar? That was a real good intro. You were like, man, I hate myself. I'm gonna go be a Native American and kill the white man.
Just saying. Like, Templars, nobody gave a shit until National Treasure came out.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Then they became the most important thing on the planet. So, National Treasure is basically one of the most influential films of American history.
National Treasure is the real Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Bean is Ezio.
I always forget that he was Shaw.
That was his character's name?
I'm pretty sure.
I want to know. I thought it was Sean.
Apparently, Desmond gets the apple of Eden. Here's some bitch's voice named Juno. And then the apple activates and forces Desmond to stab the white-haired bitch. She wasn't a Templar.
He stabs her.
Yeah.
She wasn't a Templar.
And so he goes into shock. And then one of the games takes
Wait, he
place...
went into shock? What the hell are you going into shock for?
Yeah!
He was
Yeah!
shocked.
Yeah!
Shock.
I've killed millions, but suddenly...
So he goes into shock, and then they put him in the Animus so that he could, like, get over it.
Sleep it off.
And he, like, ended up in a coma, basically.
Alright, I'm behind it.
Yeah.
You embarrassed
Any
yourself.
coma plot device is always weak and completely justifiable.
And so, like, basically, there's this whole thing, apparently, where Desmond is just in the Animus in a coma, and the Animus is his life support now.
Nice.
Like, how do you... That machine does it all. It lets Michael Fassbender skydive and rock climb.
I still have not seen it.
It's just a magic
You
box.
shouldn't.
Yo, wait, no, that's on sale. That's a 50-cent rental on PSN this weekend.
Oh, don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
For 50 cents.
You're gonna
Right?
get the
Yeah.
ending of that movie, and you're gonna go, is she sad? Is she happy? I don't know why she's crying.
Why does she have to be emoting?
That's my every response.
No, because, like, I'm sitting here. Samantha and I are watching this movie. Her brother's next to me. He leans over and asks me, is she sad? And Samantha leans in. She's like, why is she crying? None of us knew the answer to the question of this movie as to whether or not she was happy or sad with the turn of events. Because it was a bad movie.
Yeah, but no one was expecting it to be a good movie. Michael Fassbender doesn't make good movies.
Oh.
We saw Apocalypse.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude... I can't
We've
believe
seen
Hanzo
the
was in
trailer of
Apocalypse.
Covenant.
I cannot believe that Hanzo was in Apocalypse.
He was great.
Wait,
I
the
just
voice
didn't
from
know
the-
he was Polish.
No.
What?
There's Hanzo stars
When
in
he
Apocalypse.
murdered Magneto's wife and daughter.
He was one of those peoples?
He tossed a log at him.
He loaded the bow and arrow. He shot it. He got a
Man.
double kill.
Boo.
It was a play of the game.
I thought you meant like the voice actor for Hanzo.
No, we're talking about.
Oh man, that dumbass.
We're talking about
Man.
how the Polish police officer was Hanzo was cosplaying as a Polish police officer. Just so happened to show up to the arrest of Magneto. Got play of the game and
Simple
died.
Geometry. Double kill. Guy's wife.
the hell was-
Guy's daughter.
Who was it? We were watching Logan, and there was some person that was in that movie. I remember making some stupid joke about Logan the other day.
Yeah, we made a joke about creatine.
Yeah, though there's the creatine thing.
Yeah, the
But
creatine
this-
thing.
Yeah, okay, but
The
other
green
than
stuff is just concentrated creatine.
yeah,
I'm glad you got that.
yeah, that's
glad you
It
knew
seemed
exactly
like the
what we
most
were talking
obvious
about.
connection. Yeah. Just,
Yeah, it's just Hugh Jackman was forced to inject like
straight creatine.
just straight creatine. They didn't even like swap it out for another like this water that was food colored. It's just actually they
You
gave
can't
him
inject food-colored water.
I don't know what they did.
You can't inject anything, man. You will die. It's not like you can drink orange juice instead of fucking alcoholic drinks. You can inject water instead of... No, man, you can't just put water in your blood.
How is that not like a thing that like dumb shit middle schoolers have died because of?
I'm
Like-
almost positive dumb shit middle schoolers have died because
Like you
of
put
this.
like you like crush Smarties and you mix it with water and you inject it into your fucking arm.
Oh, don't give anybody. We are now responsible.
Not responsible.
God.
If we say we're not responsible now, we're not responsible.
Kids,
Yeah.
whatever you do, do
Do
not
this at home.
do not
Don't
grind
put
up
needles
Smarties
fucking
in
anywhere.
water, then heat it up, and then
How are you supposed to not put? How are you supposed to get to Prince Charles?
God, okay, you know,
Think it through.
This is true.
no,
Use needles only on your dick.
no,
Yes.
we're not doing this.
Needles on the dick. Nowhere else.
I'm sure I've seen somebody like IV dripping something really fucking stupid into themselves, like Red Bull or something.
Glow sticks.
That was a thing, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And then they died, but they looked hella rad.
That's right.
Wait.
There
Are
we
you
go.
some guy put
Yeah.
glow sticks?
He cracked open glow sticks, injected them into his bloodstream so that he could keep the rave going. And he looked dope, yo, but he died, but he looked dope.
Oh
died
my
pretty
God!
He died hard
It was great.
with a vengeance.
Why?
Because the party never stops.
Party can't stop if you are the party.
But what happens when you die?
Well, he didn't
Party
know.
stops.
But, so the party did stop.
No one
Yeah.
said glow was lethal.
I feel like you just said blow, but I know you said glow.
Alright, so all of a sudden, hey, I can put water in my veins with no repercussions, but you immediately understand that glow stick isn't okay?
Because it's a chemical that is reacting with another chemical.
I think
water.
it'd be easier to convince people that you can like do something really cool if you just like take an empty syringe and put it in your veins and the air bubbles will feel good or something.
And we'll also
stupid.
no, stop doing this.
Okay. Kids, don't do that because that
Neither
is
of you
death.
have ever injected
Stay away from
anything.
needles.
Exactly! I don't do that shit! I don't inject creatine!
And there's your
we
problem.
should go. Should we get in contact with Hugh Jackman and ask him what it was like to take all that creatine on set?
No, he speaks with with an authentic Australian accent anywhere but on set, and I don't want to deal with that.
I'd love to talk to you, but God, just shut up.
No, every interview is always an Australian accent. I can't stand it.
Really?
It's like they have to get a translator, but they don't understand the translator.
Translator also has an accent, so even though he's getting rid of the slang, it's just as inaudible.
Oh god.
Or unintelligible, I guess.
Inaudible. He's mute.
It's a mute
You
translator.
get a mute translator.
I know what
who
he's
starts
saying. I
signing,
know how
but
to
all
say
he it's
He's
just the
signing in
Australian.
And no one knows Australian Sign Language because it says
But this
bungalow.
one person who's it's like reading his
He
lips.
invented Australian Sign Language.
Okay, you gotta think. Someone had to invent sign language.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Me.
You?
In an alternate universe.
Alternate you as money.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Dude, you
don't
know how
get-
much money you get from languages?
You know how much money you don't get for inventing a language?
You
So
get a
much
lot.
money.
James Cameron hired a guy to make that Avatar language.
This is true.
Okay,
Over
fair
1,000 words.
And they used like 6 of them.
He's like 6, yeah, but
But
over
there's
1,000.
5 movies coming, so maybe they'll use like 10.
What's his name? The Sam Worthington, who was supposed to be big and then flopped like really fucking hard for no reason,
Yeah.
said that learning the Avatar language was easier than learning an American accent.
Huh.
Guy's
Maybe
a
that's
pussy.
why. Yeah, as I say.
Where is he from?
Who
Probably,
cares?
Arizona.
Losersville?
Arizona.
Nobody has accents in this state. Unless
we
they're
don't
from
hear
other
them,
states.
man. We have the same accent as like Idaho.
I'm pretty sure like the Southwest or like Western United States has just like neutral.
No, we have a strong accent. We have no idea what it is because
Yeah.
obviously we grew up with it.
I grew up in Mexico with my parents, and I still have the same accent as you guys.
It's weird.
Yeah, but you're white.
Get a Mexican accent.
Yeah, go get a Mexican
Don't
accent.
do
I
that.
have a Spanish
I don't-
accent when I fucking speak Spanish,
You
and it
do.
weirds people out.
It's
I want
weird.
to speak Spanish.
Listening to
Do it.
Michael speak
No.
Spanish
Do
to
the
customers.
do the words.
I do not want to do it.
Do the words.
What the fuck do you want me to say?
I want you
Take
to
your
say
pants off.
Spanish.
No quiero dormir mis pantalones.
No,
¿Por qué me
like-
quieres que no me voy a sacar mis pantalones? ¿Por qué me quieres que hacer eso? No está bien, no está bien, no lo quiero hacer.
He's not going to take his pants off.
I'm not hearing the pants.
No, he's
accent.
He's got a bit of a weird accent.
That's the language, though. The language sounds like that.
No, because like Mexican speaking Spanish and Michael speaking Spanish are very different Spanishes.
It's because I was taught Spanish in school. And
for whiteys.
Yeah, like not even for whiteys. It was like legitimate school.
We had him translate Xavier and Logan.
Oh God,
That speak Spanish?
Yeah, he spoke Spanish to Laura.
It was the dumpsteriest Spanish I've ever heard.
No, right, because he doesn't know Spanish. Like he tried to learn it through her to talk to her when they finally met.
Yeah, and like so Connor was asking about that, and I'm just kind of like, it sounds like a man who's been listening to Spanish cassettes for like 3 days is speaking Spanish right now.
That's effectively what it was, though.
Yeah.
Except she was the cassette. Little girls are.
Oh, hey, no, women are not objects.
No, little girls are.
Yeah, no, they're not.
When compared to Charles Xavier, everyone's an object.
I'd be his object.
He killed a lot of people.
So many people, innocent people.
So he killed 7 people in that casino.
Which is really, I mean, compared to what Apocalypse did, that's so bad. He made Apocalypse leveling the entire city of Cairo in 5 seconds.
Cairo, what about Magneto leveling everywhere and stealing metal from everywhere?
That's what it was. He because Apocalypse just like straight fucked
he destroyed
the entire
Cairo.
country of Egypt to make his castle, and then Magneto just used the scraps to like do more.
He was tearing apart the Brooklyn Gate Bridge.
Yeah, no.
Was it the Brooklyn Bridge?
Magneto was tearing the Earth apart with magnet.
Yeah, he was literally like taking shit from tectonic plates.
He was taking the Earth's magnet. The prime magnet was being used.
The original
magnet. Vulture died from envy.
It was horrible.
He was too jelly.
He was so jealous of the fucking magnet.
Well, he was jelly because he didn't have the magnet.
I really want like Magneto's mutation to be traced back to the one true magnet.
I was born atop the one true magnet.
If you put a magnet in the uterus, you'll kill the kid.
I was about to say you'll kill that kid.
Or
give him superpowers.
You get Magneto. It's like a 1 in a million chance.
It's worth it. We should try to force
new birth control magnet.
They just I actually wouldn't put it past it that during like birth control testing,
magnetic dildo.
No, they just installed a magnet above your like uterus.
Why do we go to magnets for sterilization? First, it's magnet ball cages. Now it's magnet birth control.
It's because of
for
me.
It's like just
it's because of me and my stupid magnet shit.
A magnet rod up the vag, right up to like the uterus.
Whoa, hey,
wall.
this is sounding like some Henrietta Lacks shit.
What?
Where they just stuck uranium rods up women?
Oh.
Didn't you read that book?
No.
It was the first time her story was ever told. Her story, man.
Yo, that book was... My teacher forced slavery guilt upon every white kid in our class when we read that book. And it was the most uncomfortable experience of my life.
It's like the SNL skit. The 22 reasons to hug a black person today. And 2 through 22 are slavery.
Back in like 2nd grade, we were learning about how the U.S. bought a large portion of Texas from Mexico.
Yeah.
And she was like trying to push the guilt on me. And
I was represent Texas.
I represented America at that school. And like a lot of the kids were not happy with me after that day.
Yeah, what the fuck? You took Texas from them.
I did take Texas.
They were gonna do
you know
Texas
what else I
stuff
did?
with it.
I took the money that they paid the president and then the president ran off with it. That was also my fault.
Yeah, I don't think America fucked that one up. I think Mexico just...
No, Mexico's fucked up every deal they ever made.
God, I was about to bring up World War II.
Honestly, the Zimmerman telegram could have helped them out so much. It was like the one thing that would have done them good, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, America, we're your buddies, right? No, not at all. We look down on you so hard. Well, we were told to invade you, but we're not gonna. Thanks, I guess. I can go back to your...
We were just gonna kill you, but I guess
no, we wouldn't. Man, they would have fucked us up. We had nothing going on down here.
Yeah, okay,
everything was overseas.
Everything
was overseas.
It wasn't overseas yet. That's the reason we got involved in the war. That and Pearl Harbor.
Mostly Pearl Harbor.
Mostly Pearl Harbor. But the Zimmerman telegram was like, okay, we're going to start trying to get this resolved. Because we don't want this to be an issue in the future.
They shouldn't have mentioned it. They could just sat on it for 8 months, waited for Pearl Harbor. We all leave. They roll in. They take back Texas. They're done.
Yeah. It's literally...
Take back to... And like, okay, that's where we draw the line. No interest.
This
We're
is the new
again.
border, and it's just Texas.
I don't think we would have cared at that time.
America would have been for the better.
Like, obviously, there's a lot of patriotism
like
in that we can't lose anything. But
you know what I want to see?
Texas?
I want to see a country that is literally divided. Like, if Mexico had come up, taken, like, Oklahoma and a couple more of the northern states.
Just like a little hump in the center
Not
of the
even
country.
that, but, like, all the way to Canada. And so there's, like, U.S. is now split into two sides.
Divided by Mexico.
East Coast, West Coast, Mexico.
West Coast immediately secedes.
This
Yeah,
is
no,
probably, my favorite, like... alternate history is Mexico takes from Texas to North Dakota.
Yeah.
And we just have like a split country. Yeah, West Coast becomes best America.
They take all the way North
Their
Dakota.
name is officially...
See what North Dakota actually is. Retreat out of North Dakota,
Give it to
but we
Canada.
don't actually want to take it back.
So Canada takes it?
Canada doesn't take it. They don't need North Dakota.
So North Dakota just becomes...
80% of Canada is uninhabited. North Dakota just becomes no man's land.
It's just like unclaimed territory in between four countries.
It's
we
like
could just dig the
West,
entire country.
like the Western frontier.
Like
it's like the frontier lands now. It's the
200
new
feet
frontier.
down, and it's a new dumping ground.
It's the new frontier.
New frontier, yeah.
My family is there. Like all of them.
Well, you better warn them about the onset of the new frontier.
Or don't.
I like them. I'll warn them. I'll warn half of them. At least.
It's lame.
But so, like, the onset of the new frontier happens. And, like, just Mexico now has a large chunk of the United States.
Uh-huh.
So we have, like, West Coast, and they go by the name Best Coast.
Yeah,
and
they
East
do.
Coast goes by Beast Coast.
Because West Coast did it first, and then East Coast was like, shit, how about this? And they
With the
just ran
Beast
with
Coast.
Yeah, and so that's how the East-West
New
rivalry...
Jersey that
like,
pitched
the
it.
East-West rivalry will never be greater because they can't meet in the middle.
You know, wow. Wow. Kill yourself. Wow.
I want this to be America, though. How many problems have we had in, like, the past 4 years that would have been solved if we were just completely bisected?
None of them.
All of them.
No. I'm
Got a
all for
problem
the
with one
bisection,
half?
but not for that.
Got a problem with one half? Just
Go
hop
to
the
the other.
Mexican border and go to the other half.
Oh,
So this 2001 is all of a sudden, we didn't build those towers. We're not with them.
That's the other one. They attacked America. Well, they attacked
do you think that we
that
could, like,
half of America.
mess with the plans
West
for
Coast
the
doesn't
wall
have any beef
and
with
get,
the
like,
Middle East.
the wall to go north-south?
They just, like,
They-
people on the wall won't notice.
So they start working on the wall, and like you just rotate the blueprints 90 degrees, and they just build the wall north.
They accidentally, on purpose, split the country.
Yeah.
Yo, the one state that could legally secede is Alaska, which has no purpose in doing so because it's already not with us.
Yeah.
But if we ever bought some of Canada, it should.
So if we bought like the western coast of Canada with the money we don't have,
Just like one territory.
we would have to buy like a
Well,
strip
Canada's
up to
only
Alaska.
like 2 territories on the western side. They're giant as fuck and no one lives in them.
What are you talking about?
All of Canada's population
Vancouver's
is
on the west coast of Canada.
One city.
one city.
In the middle of nowhere.
No one goes to Vancouver.
I've been to Vancouver.
They go to
Why have
Ontario.
you been to Vancouver?
'Cause it
When the
was
fuck
cool.
have you been to Vancouver?
My family went on a trip to Canada. I got
And
to
they
see
went
the
to
sights. I got to
Vancouver.
see the great small city of Jasper.
Jasper?
Yeah, we
Sounds
got
great.
a moose fucking our car.
That sounds like a Jasper thing.
So
For
we're
some
going
reason,
through.
that just sounds like the essential Jasper experience.
So we're driving our
You
rental
haven't been
car
to Jasper
through
till a moose
Canada.
fucked your
So
car.
we're going. So we went from from one. I can't remember where we started, but we basically went on this weird road trip through Canada. We went and saw some glaciers and other things. And it's at one point we were going through a natural forest in Jasper, and just this moose started like we parked because you don't want to run into a moose. There's just this horde of moose on the ground. So we stopped the car to let them kind of get out of the way. One of the moose just stands up, comes up behind the car, hooves on car, and just starts going at it.
Nice.
Do you get is rental insurance cover moose fucking?
I never questioned it. I was too young at the time. I was like 12.
Did it go through the windshield?
No, like the hooves were on like the
Park
trunk.
style. Just like you're like, oh god.
There were dents on the car, but I'm pretty sure the insurance covered
After
it.
this experience, how are you still so against bestiality?
You've basically done it.
I'm not against bestiality. I'm all for bestiality on Transformers.
I'm just saying, if the dick goes through the back window, do you touch it?
No,
Just-
no, God, no. There's
just to
glass.
see-
No, that thing's probably shredded.
It wasn't even fucking that. It was more so fucking like the lip of
door.
the trunk where the license plate was.
It's a hot license plate you got there.
It's like just
You got a picture of a lady
It's like when you're
moose.
just slamming your dick against a wall and you eventually get off.
Right, but how hard am I?
I don't know.
Moose hard.
Yeah,
How
however
hard
hard
is
a
a
moose gets
How-
when it
Like, they're
fucks a
pretty
car.
flexible.
Can we Google that?
Like that
How
was
hard
just
is
a really
moose?
weird
How hard
experience
is
for me.
moose?
Just like sitting there in the back of a car while a moose fucked.
Why didn't they drive forward? Why did
They did, but they just got pincered in by more moose.
I would rather.
There were a lot of.
Hey, that's
mooses.
man. I would trade my 12-year-old experience for your moose fucks car 12-year-old
Yeah,
experience.
what 12-year-old experience would you trade for that?
all of
My
them?
parents getting divorced.
Ooh, I almost had that one. Still almost am.
That started
like the
at 9
longest-
and lasted through 16.
I really hope my parents never hear this, because this divorce
Can
thing.
you get me their
between them-
contact info? I'm gonna send it to them.
I don't have it. Samantha barely has it.
Ah, your grandma's on Facebook. Guess who's gonna run in jail twice?
Okay. Should I tell this?
I mean, yeah. Well,
We got a
This will
minute.
be what we wrap Journey with, because I actually
Okay.
somehow beat it.
So I signed up for Facebook. I want to say November of last year, just so I could use the Messenger app.
Thank you.
Yeah.
December rolls around. I get a call from my dad at 6 a.m. our time, and he's freaking out at. Oh, he calls my girlfriend. We're still laying in bed, and he's like, "Where's Michael?" He's laying in bed next to me. What the hell do you mean? If you're covering for him, you shouldn't be bullshitting me. And it's like, he's laying in bed next to me. We've been here all night. Why isn't he in Vermont? What?
What is it?
Why
in
aren't you in
Vermont?
Vermont? Really?
Because my grandma got a call from